feel like there's been so much about Marvel on these lists and what people talk about, but to be honest, I just want to talk about stuff, and we're going to talk about it. So if you're here to talk about it, these are facts that Marvel fans have to accept.
Facts that Marvel fans need to accept, part 2.
This is from Impound Comics. This is what I believe is his original site, by the way. So if you like his content, go to Impound Comics. I believe he's very big on a lot of these superhero pages and news and information. Check him out. Just give him a shot.
Let's see if I agree or disagree. Captain America has the best trilogy. I'm going to assume it.
I don't know if it's all Marvel movies, but that really shouldn't matter with me. I will disagree. There's a big reason why I don't. Doesn't take away from Winter Soldier being probably the best Marvel movie. But I've already got down and knocked some things out about why that works that way, even if it's not my favorite movie, but why that's the best movie. But I think what makes a trilogy is like A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. They're flowing, telling the same story. And I think Guardians of the Galaxy tells the flow of a whole story, and we wrap it up bookend with the beginning to the bookend. And I think Guardians of the Galaxy, not to mention they're really good movies. So are Captain America's. But a lot of people drop First Avenger a little bit down. I like First Avenger, but a lot of people don't see it that way. Winter Soldier everyone loves, but Civil War everyone seems to like, but they don't like it because of Captain America. They like it for a lot of other things. It feels like it's Avengers 1.5 or whatever you want to call it. 2.5 because Ultron was before it. So I disagree, but I would like to get a video done about talking exclusively about the Guardians and why I think it's so big, that their trilogy is so huge, and why it is the way I think it is. And again, my opinion.
It means in the MCU. And I agree. Guardians of the Galaxy is a close rival, great movies, but I do think Cap's movies are the best. Infinity War is the best Avengers movie.
It's hard. Because I always say this, that it had so much to build up to get to Infinity War that it's kind of not fair they have so much stuff, but it more so falls on Endgame, because Endgame would get all the Easter eggs and stuff. The only fight it would have really against is the original Avengers, I believe. I like Age of Ultron a lot too, though. That's a sleeper for me. I think over time it's gotten better and better. That movie connects so many things to the future of the Avengers. People don't get it. You need to watch it and realize how many seeds are planted in that movie. Not to mention Ultron's very good. I always want to say James Spader, but I think it is. Ultron is just amazing. It's a really good story. But I think original Avengers also had a lead up with their stories, but I think Avengers 1 has a really coherent story, but what makes Infinity War probably the best is just it's a really good Thanos story, and that's what makes it really good. We get to see Thanos on his journey and everyone else trying to stop it. So that's what kind of gets me on that one. And it's nice to see all the superheroes together, the newer ones also.
No, not only that, it's the best comic book superhero film of all time. Doesn't have to be your personal favorite, but it's the best. Toby is the strongest Spider-Man. Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, showing the feats of strength, I don't know if they're any different than any other one, but showing what they can do. Toby has, Spider-Man has by far shown, mainly with the train, stopping the train. Tom Holland, we've seen him maybe at the most pull up an elevator while it's falling. I'm trying to think Andrew Garfield, what they've showed with his strength. I don't know, but yeah, Tobey Maguire, they showed his strength more than anyone. But yeah.
Sir, Killmonger is a better fighter than T'Challa. Don't agree?
He's saying don't agree. I think Killmonger is a great fighter in the movie, but I think, I don't know, because it was so bad that basically T'Challa got like stripped down and didn't use like his secret power, and he got whomped on by Killmonger, and it sucked. I didn't like that, and of course it was part of the story, but I don't know. Maybe he is a better fighter, but maybe it depends on the fight. Maybe T'Challa was in the wrong state of mind when he fight. Fights could change when you fight people if they're this close of a fight. Like, it's not like Hulk against like me. Hulk, you're just like, yeah, every time. Doesn't matter where it's at, who's in the mood, whatever. This is pretty close, I think. So I would still say probably T'Challa, but he just wasn't in the right head state.
Agree. Nope. Do not agree. Obviously, he's a rival, and on his best day, he can be better. But I'm one of those people who will tell you the only reason why Killmonger beat T'Challa is because T'Challa just found out that his dad was a murderer. T'Challa was conflicted in that fight. But if he wasn't, T'Challa would not lose to Killmonger. The Avengers wouldn't have won if Doctor Strange didn't look into the future and know everything to do.
No. I don't think... No, yes. I still think they would have won. Doctor Strange gave no hints of what was going to happen. The only hint that he kind of gave was this finger wiggling at the end, and he's in his Doctor Strange pose, so I don't really think Tony looked at that as, oh, this is the moment I need to do this. I think it was going to happen no matter what. He saw all these realities of how things were going to outcome. He knew probably what had to happen. He would probably see what messed it up or what didn't go as the way it should go, and would know we're done for. This isn't the reality, or this isn't the one I saw winning. But I don't think that's why they won. It's because Doctor Strange could like give them the secrets and make sure they do right things and say the right things. It's all has to be done a certain way without interference. And Doctor Strange maybe knowing was part of that reality. I don't know. It's really hard to say, but I don't think that's what made them win out of all those realities. I think it was just or those futures. I think it was destined to be the way it was, and they happened to follow the right order.
I mean, I don't think anyone's arguing with that. I think that's like, duh. I mean, we all know that. Jean Grey will no-diff Wanda 10 out of 10 with the Phoenix.
I disagree. I like Jean Grey, but her Phoenix, I think I talked about in another video. I don't know if that one's been out yet. I'm just tired of the Phoenix, hearing about the Phoenix. Jean Grey's, her central being, her character is not... I forgot my mic's not in front of me this whole time. Great. She's not all about being the Phoenix. It's like not what makes Jean Grey, and that's what I hate the most. But the question is, Jean Grey could just defeat Wanda 10 out of 10 times. I disagree. Wanda is a reality shaper. I don't know how she holds back sometimes, being how powerful she is. But we've seen in the movies, we've seen in the comics how powerful she is. We do see how powerful Phoenix is in the movies and in the comics. But with Scarlet Witch there, I mean, Scarlet Witch and Hope together got rid of the Phoenix Force just by saying, no more Phoenix or whatever it was. And that was mainly the help of Wanda. So that was in the comics. But I think Wanda would still take her.
No. What did you watch? Get out of my face. Let's do a short comparison, right? We're obviously not talking about the comics, only this version of Jean Grey and this version of Wanda. Jean Grey was able to destroy whatever she wanted around her, in front of her, behind her, even off into the distance. But she's not like necessarily showed any planetary feats in the movie. Wanda is sending demons through different dimensions, through different multiverses. She can attack you in a different universe, okay? She was a multiversal threat. That's not what she was. You're tripping. Wanda wins. The Ancient One is good, but Thanos would still beat her if she was in Doctor Strange's place.
I don't... So are they saying Doctor Strange would beat Thanos? Because Doctor Strange wouldn't beat Thanos. Ancient One is good, but would still... I don't get that. On Titan. Doctor Strange never beat her on Titan. I'll have to hear what he says, because I don't...
Here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. Doctor Strange was not doing what he was supposed to do. My question was always this. Remember when the Ancient One knocked the Hulk spirit out of his body? Why didn't Strange do that to Thanos? Why didn't he just,
Strange has done that, too.
Knock the soul out of his body. Then take the gauntlet off of his hand. Was that not an option? I mean, if she did what she did...
I think it is weird to think that Doctor Strange could have done it, but who knows why the limitations are. It is kind of a loophole plot armor to be like, oh, it can't happen to Thanos because it can't. He did it to Spider-Man in the following story with Doctor Strange. So I don't know, but the Ancient One is good, but Thanos will beat her if she took Doctor Strange's place on Titan. I mean, Doctor Strange lost too. I don't know. I don't really know how deep Ancient One was. I know Of course, she's the teacher. Doctor Strange is a sensei. Doctor Strange learned from her, but did Doctor Strange go further and learn more of other things? I don't know. They really never got into how far he's gone. He's definitely way different than the first movie, way more disciplined. But he did lose, you know, the Eye of Agamotto because of what he did and all that. So I get it, but I don't know if they would like say they switch parts. I don't think so. I think they both lose to Thanos.
To Hulk, to Thanos, it would be a no diff. I don't know. I don't have the answers to that. Loki is the best TV show. If we're talking about Disney Plus shows, I guess. I'm not that big of a fan of all those shows
He's high. The Disney shows are really good. I saw a lot of people like really beat down a lot of them, and even like at their worst, like Secret Invasion's like god awful. People say Winter Soldier, let's say Falcon, are like on the bottom. To be honest, while watching it, it was entertaining, but compared to other ones, it was like not great. But I wouldn't say not great, but it wasn't like they were on the bottom of the list. The story was fine. To be honest, I wish they made it a movie. I think dragging it out into episodes was dumb, and it could have been a movie with Bucky and Falcon. Just give a better villain. But there was a lot of good stuff about the Soldier Serum and U.S. Agent and all that stuff. I really like that. But Loki's up there. Loki is up there, especially the finale of the first season was crazy with King. That one was nuts. The second one was really good too, but it's just the first one had a lot of more funkier stuff. But the best show, I don't know. Like, I like Moon Knight a lot, and people argue, say they don't like Moon Knight. I don't know where that came from, because Moon Knight was good as well. But I'm thinking like WandaVision was done really well. I think WandaVision got a way higher production. Just they let it all go for Wanda, and Wanda's was like a huge movie. So you could go far as saying Wanda's the best TV show. Loki's up there. I'm missing someone right now. It's bugging me. Who are all the shows? Loki, WandaVision. I can't really think of it. There's someone on the tip of my tongue that I'm thinking of, and I can't place it because I'm like, oh, Daredevil. Daredevil may be, if we're connecting Netflix and Disney, I think Daredevil's a better TV show. Not saying Loki's bad. I just think Loki's is kind of out there, way bigger picture. Daredevil's grounded, and it's the only real Daredevil we get, so it makes it more pleasing to the eye. So I'm going with Daredevil's the best TV show.
This degree, I think it was good. I think it was a little overrated. If we're just talking about Marvel shows in general, my favorite is Daredevil.
Yeah.
That's just me. Thanos is the best villain. In Marvel, for sure.
It's hard because Thanos was this huge built-up villain. So he kind of gets the edge off everybody. I think Loki was a great villain, but he kind of had his own journey where he's kind of like a good guy now. So you can't really go, oh, he's still a villain, but he probably had one of the best story arcs, better than Thanos. I think Loki did. There was good villains like Hela. I think it was good, but Marvel's weakness in movies is always the villains. Always the villains. So I guess you would have to give it to Thanos. If Loki never turned good, I would say, oh, he's evil. He's probably the best. But I think Hela is up there as well, but not close to Thanos at all.
But there were a lot of great villains, but he stole the show like no one else did. Thor can't beat Thanos without his weapon. I mean, yeah.
He said it himself, I don't agree 100% with that, because when he fought Hela, he straight up went all Raiden and like used lightning and thunder, and he fought without it. But I guess we'd have to dissect more what Stormbreaker is and what it really does, because we know it's from a dying star, but do we know, like, I don't know, is there more to it that makes it where he can fight better with it, or is it meant to be used to kill, some kind of titan? I don't know, because I think he's good with just to have a weapon. He can have an axe, he can have his hammer. I think it would work, but you do need something strong that can pierce Thanos. Like, if this was built to beat Thanos, like, this weapon was built to go through all the weaknesses of Thanos, sure, he needs a weapon. But do I think he could beat him without a weapon? I don't know. I would say he needs something to fight with, but it's just weird. It's a weird concept. I don't know. I don't think he needs a weapon, but I don't see him beating him. I don't know, because he didn't beat him with Stormbreaker. So he can't beat Thanos either way.
I don't think anyone's arguing with that. You know, Stormbreaker, that's how you can beat him. Who's arguing against it? Worthy Cap is one of the strongest characters in the MCU.
No. I think we already learned. People hate me for liking Captain Marvel, but Captain Marvel is way stronger probably than Cap with the hammer. And because that would mean like Thor with hammer would be, it's the same thing as him and Steve would be the same power level basically. Besides Thor being a god, so I think he'd be even more powerful than Cap because he's a god and he has the hammer control of it. That's Steve at his best, but I think Captain Marvel is one of the strongest, and Sentry is going to be up there too. So Sentry and Captain Marvel would be my top. Who would do better? I don't know. It's all mental stuff with Sentry. Without Luke worried about the Void, I think Sentry just bodies like almost everybody because how invincible they made him. That's why they had to give him the flaw of the Void. That's why the comics, they don't make him just a Superman without no kryptonite. He has to have something, but it's even way deeper than kryptonite. It's a mental thing. So I think, no, he's not the most strongest character. And I even think Hulk could put up a fight against Cap with a hammer.
Worthy Cap is one of the most overrated characters in the MCU. That's my response. Worthy Cap was worthy for all of 10 seconds, then got slapped around by Thanos with no Infinity Stones. No, Worthy Cap is not one of the strongest characters in the MCU. He did absolutely nothing. The Eternals will beat the Avengers, and it's not even a debate.
I don't know, because I feel like Eternals, they had connections with like the Celestials, and they've been around forever. In Avengers, we got people like Hawkeye and Black Widow facing up against them. So it depends what you're calling the Avengers. I mean, at one point, Rocket Raccoon was an Avenger. Would he have helped? I don't think so. Your big thing is if Captain Marvel is going to be considered an Avenger, which I don't think she is right now. Sentry is kind of the new Avengers with a Z. So if you're counting him in it, Sentry would give him some help with Thor and stuff. But I honestly think Icarus and, people hate the movie, but the characters, I think, going off what I know from the comics and what we do see a little bit in the movies, I think Eternals would beat the Avengers.
What are you talking about? No, they literally no. Hulk and Thor together will stomp these guys into the ground.
See, I don't think that
Thor could beat all of them. Literally. I'm not gonna say together, but he could. One-on-one for sure.
I think they're more powerful than that.
No. Who thinks that? This is the most heartbreaking parallels in the MCU.
Parallels? So things that happened that were similar? I guess. I mean, they're heartbreaking moments, but I don't know whether parallels we could kind of go with. That, you have to give me a list. I'm not going to dig for it right now. What parallels? Because you could think of sad moments, like a self-sacrifice. Yondu's moment is probably one of the bigger scenes that got me really choked up. Guardians hits hard for me. Rocket going through his stuff got me choked up, heartbreak wise. I guess because of parallels, they're like the same. I don't know. That's a weird question.
I like this one. I like this. I'm okay with that. It's a dark place they went to. Yeah, I agree.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, I don't.
Facts that Marvel.
I don't know about that one. That was a weird one to end with, so my apologies. But that was a weird one, like the parallels. I don't know. Like, I'll just sit there and think about whether things parallel each other and that have to be heartbreaking. So it's kind of weird way to do it. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. Go back to OBS, no editing, and we'll just pop this baby up for you guys.